and welcome back to the How Did We Get Here podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning into today's episode. And this is my first episode in my new home and the new little studio setup that I have. So I'm very excited. And for my guest today on the show, I would love to welcome the incredible Jess.
Hi, everybody. How are we?
So Jess and I have been friends for a very long time, actually. And she's someone who I very much have looked up to in the industry in terms of being a businesswoman for the longest time. And I really love that you said yes to being on the show today because I feel like I need to learn a little bit more about you in terms of the things that have made you into who you are today. So, to kick things off, I want to ask you, how would you summarize yourself without saying what you do for work?
You know what? I really thought about this question and it was really hard for me to try and, because my whole life I've been known for my work. So that's how I introduce myself. So I really don't know how to put this in words of who I am without what I do, if that makes sense. But basically, Jessica Wallis, nearly 30 years old from Sydney, Australia, which is crazy. Jess, I don't know. I don't know how to say it without what I do, basically.
How would you describe yourself to someone who's meeting you for the first time? Like, what words would you use to describe yourself?
I feel like I'm an introverted person, but I'm extroverted when I meet them. How I would describe myself is I'm very, again, I'm entrepreneurial. I say to them.
That's okay.
I feel like I really struggle with this question a lot.
That's okay.
I really thought about it and I have no idea what to say.
Would you because you are a person outside of your businesses. You are a person and a woman outside of what you do for work and your occupation. So if you peel back the layers a little bit and at your core of who you are as a person, I could give you some descriptive words of how I would describe you to anyone else. You're hardworking. You have very strong morals and values that you are so strong in. You are creative. You are driven. You are passionate.
There you go, everyone. Jess is just describing for me. I don't even know myself without my business. How sad's that? Wow.
No, it just shows we've been friends for a long time.
When you say all those words, all those words came to me, but then I thought business, because creative, what I do at the moment is creative. So I thought, am I allowed to be saying those? I wasn't sure. Anyways, that's who I am in a nutshell, guys. So there you go.
That's it. No, that's good. Well, okay. So to get to know you a little bit more now, take us back as far as you want to in terms of your childhood, your adolescence, things and moments that typically shaped your characteristics and the way you are as a person today.
Absolutely. See, I love this question because easy, like my childhood growing up, I mean, we all have childhood trauma, I guess, but my childhood growing up, I do come from a very loving, supportive family. Hence why I find it so easy to do what I do now and be so open with my career, because my background since I was a little girl is my mum is my rock. Like, she is honestly my world. And I just remember back in childhood, like me and my cousins would always be outside playing, and we all loved each other. We were a really small family. So growing up, we were all so close, a small Australian family going out. The parents would be drinking their beer out in the backyard while we're in the pool or out in the cul-de-sac. So who I am today really comes from my family. And I was actually thinking about this today of how lucky I am to have them as my support system. And without them, I really struggle to find when people are talking to me about their family and how they're not close and they don't have that support network. I find it really bizarre because I have that. And I don't think one person within my family has ever told me, no, you're not going to be able to do that. I could literally say to them, hey, I'm going to go and do the most ridiculous thing ever. And honestly, my mom would be like, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
So Yeah, my childhood growing up, I have like no complaints. Obviously, there is bits and pieces from trauma when it came to certain family members,
Mm-hmm.
and that definitely shaped a part of me when it comes to into, I guess, relationship side of things. When it comes to that, but other than that, majority of my childhood was very loving as I grew up. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's really good. Do you have any siblings?
yeah, I have one sister, my
Okay.
best
Yep.
friend. Yeah, sorry,
Yep.
I should have mentioned her too. It's always been me, my mum, and my sister. Like growing
Yep.
up, my mum really, yeah, she did well with me and my sister, really well. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's so good. Okay, well then were you like did you enjoy going to school when you were in primary school and high school and things like that? No?
Nope. You can ask my mum. The first day she dropped me at preschool, or was it, or daycare or preschool, whatever one. My first day going into like a school environment, I literally went there for the first day. She tells me this story every single family event. I went in there for my first day. I came home and I said, Mum, been there, done that, never want to go again. And since that day,
Oh my god.
not for me, which is so wild because I feel like I've done so much with my life, but school hated it, wasn't
Mhm.
interested, didn't teach me anything, to be honest. And also because every Friday, me and my mum would go and get a muffin and a coffee for muffin break together. And I knew as soon as I went to school that had to stop. So I was really upset.
Oh. That is so fucking cute.
I know, so
That's
cute.
adorable. Oh man. Okay, well then did you finish high school? Like did you go all the way to year 12 or
No, I finished year 10.
Yep.
And a situation, I was going to go to year 12, but a situation actually happened back in high school, high school dramas. And I
Yep.
said to my mum, I just knew I wanted to go own my own business. I said, Mum, school is not for me. I don't want to do another 2 years of it. So I actually stopped. I was working at the time, first job in Best and Less, actually.
Yep.
So I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to earn money and I want to go do a TAFE course. And I think I did like a business administration course just to get my foot in the door, and then off I went. And it was
Yep.
obviously the best decision. Like when people say, "Oh, I really, really miss school and everything about it," I am so opposite. Like I wouldn't want to ever go back to that place.
Hmm. I I'm sort of the opposite. Like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed school. I was a bit of a nerd and I feel like because I loved learning and I still love learning, that was such an environment that I really enjoyed being in, but I don't ever want to go back to school for like as in that period of time for like the other students and people and just that period of time of being so young. I never want to live through that ever again.
I know, right?
Right? Like, why go back to being a teenager again? Fuck that. No,
Absolutely not. Would it?
no way.
I must say, my bestest friend, Elizabeth, that I have to this day, and is honestly my second sister, without school, I wouldn't have met her. So
Yeah.
good things came out of there. And obviously, every moment it's a learning experience. But yeah,
Mhm.
I wish to go back and hated every minute of it, to be honest. So
Yeah. That's so fair. Honestly, everyone is either you loved school or you just hated it and it just wasn't for you and it wasn't teaching you anything. So you went to TAFE, you were doing the bachelor's
which was
business degree.
yeah, business administration. It's one of those like you learn about like tax and how to do petty cash and like the basics within a business that I feel like everyone should know. That's
Mm,
what I went and learned and did that.
okay.
Yeah.
And then from there, where did the rest of your career sort of take shape?
So I was in Best and Less, and then I stopped Best and Less, and I believe I worked at Ivy. So when I turned 18, I got my bar license, and I actually went and did that while I worked full time. Um, doing like I did all different jobs. So this is the start of how I knew I wanted to own my own business. I am somebody who, as sad as it is, cannot stay in a job where a boss is telling me what to do, as bad as
Mm,
that sounds.
yeah, no, I get that.
Any toxic, like since I was young, if there was any toxic behavior, I would want to leave. Like I can't deal with it within a workplace. I think everything should be positive and a learning experience. So
Yep.
from Best and Less, I think I actually got an administration job somewhere. I have no idea what doing. And I didn't like that, left that job, went into another one. Then I got my bar license and I actually loved working at Ivy. And
Yep.
I worked long hours, but like there was a lot of people there that just was so inspiring to me. Everyone was on their own journey from overseas as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Ivy Bar Club.
Yeah. I think working in a bar is such a great experience
Oh,
when you're young.
yeah.
Like that was my first job as well. I worked in an RSL club. I was on the bar, and just like that's the 4 years that I was studying at uni. That's all I did, and I fucking loved that job.
Yeah, right. Like I just found it so fun, and I like still to this day I talk to people that I met then. That was when I was 18. I'm nearly 30, so
That's crazy.
yeah, and like every now and again they'll jump in and be like, "Oh my god, Jess, like how are you?" And it's just really good. Like they'll all come from overseas, and I'm not a drinker or a partier, so I felt like I got to go and make money, but also be in the environment of having fun and meeting friends at that age. And then
Yep.
I got to 21, and I remember thinking to myself, "Okay, you're 21 now. You can't be working in a bar for the rest of your life." And I
Mm-hmm.
really had a passion for fitness, and that's how my fitness career happened. Was personal training course, did that while I worked there. And
Mm-hmm.
then I started working at World Gym in Marconi, and then I went from there to Revolutions, and then I was at
Mm-hmm.
Revolutions for years.
Ages.
Oh,
Yeah.
so long until then I opened up my own gym. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's been crazy.
Wild. That's crazy. How long were you at? Is that where we met at Marconi?
Yeah, we did because you were in your
I
coffee.
was a yeah. I was a receptionist at Marconi.
Yes, yes, because I helped the owner when he was building it, and then I
Mm-hmm.
did some reception, some PT,
Yep.
and then yeah, I met you there because that's yeah, I
That's how
forgot.
we met.
Yeah,
Crazy. God, that was so long ago.
it was a very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go.
Amazing. And then, so for everyone listening now, what is your job? Like, what are the businesses that you have? Because I've sort of watched the journey of you and your businesses and things from the beginning. So, talk us through a little bit now about what your businesses were when they started and then what it's become now.
So when they started, I was at Revolutions, being a PT as we do, is starting within a gym. Um,
Mm-hmm.
what happened? Is that what you mean? Like the journey from that moment up to where I
Yeah.
am now? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, that happened, and loved it. I loved every minute. I built my clientele up. I did some reception work there, the classes, etc. But then COVID hit, and within
Yep.
seconds, as you know, we all lost our job. But for me, it actually like I started straight away working out of my cousin's and my best friend's garage, and
Mm-hmm.
I continued to work through COVID. And then when COVID number one stopped, and I went back to the gym, I thought to myself, I really want my own space. Like I've had all
Mm-hmm.
this time, you know, without being in a gym, and I loved it. So I went and rented out a space, and I started building that from scratch, like bit by bit. Then we got closed down again. And
Yep.
that was a wild experience. And then I got through that, went back, and I was in my gym and I built it, the second level, ended up doing my podcast in there, etc. for
Yep.
4 years. And then at this end of last year, I just had this big, I want to go traveling, and I just really knew that it wasn't serving me anymore, as weird as that sounds. I would sit in these four walls, and I built this big, beautiful gym, and I loved what I was doing, but I didn't feel like it was my purpose in life. I just,
Yep.
honestly, I would sit there in the four walls, and I felt like I was getting anxiety and I was trapped somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So I closed it down. I knew it was time, and I thought about it for a while before I did it. I closed it
Mm-hmm.
down, and I went traveling to Thailand. Um, and I did my nutrition course just before that. So I thought,
Yep.
I really want to do nutrition. I worked with patients coming out of cancer treatment because when my nan got diagnosed, there wasn't a lot of help out there.
Mm-hmm.
I studied nutrition. I studied all about, Chinese medicine, and I really wanted to help my nan with that side of things when she came out of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And then women with hormones as well. So while I was over in Thailand, I would train people online doing that type of stuff. And then when I came back from Thailand, I just worked on my nutrition. And I haven't actually announced this online, but I'm actually stepping out of the fitness world now. So
Wow.
yeah, and I've just opened a content creation and social media business, which I had that while I had my gym before.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I remember.
feel like this is something that I will always love the fitness world, but I've always felt like it hasn't fulfilled me the way this does. Like
Yep.
I love fitness for myself and my family and the people I love, but it just became time for me to step away because I've been in this industry for
A long time.
so long that
Mhm.
I'm ready to step away from it now. So yeah, here we are.
Amazing. It's been a huge journey, like, and it's been, and even in between that as well, you had your bikini line, you had so many other little things. That's like the photo shoots that we used to do, all of those different things, like in between that as well.
Well, a funny story. Me and my best friend laugh about this all the time, and I don't think I've ever put this online before. But my first ever business, I was working at an electrical company as a receptionist, and the boss hated me. So I was like to myself, what can I do to make money? And I opened up the shittiest little jewelry line, and I called
Oh
it.
my god.
I know it was like just like the cheapest jewelry, but I was like so young at the time,
Hmm.
absolutely crushed and failed. But I gave it a go, and that was my first ever business I tried to open, was like these little jewelry things, and it was so shit. But anyway,
That's wild. I didn't know about that.
I know no one but me and my best friend does, because I was so embarrassed about it.
What do you think, for anyone listening, wanting to get into business, wanting to open up their own businesses, from the things that you've learned over the course of like the last, let's say, 10 to 12 years, what have been a few big things that you've learnt from your businesses?
Yeah, definitely be resilient, because things are going to happen. Like, so many things have happened to me where I just wanted to give up. But that's probably the number one word I'd describe myself, actually, is resilient, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
I feel like during COVID, as soon as we got shut down, I didn't wallow in that. I was like, what can I do? I needed to keep going. Like, let's keep going. And every like businesses, I feel like a lot of people get into businesses thinking, I'm going to make so much money, I'm going to have so much freedom, but you
Hmm.
actually have less time, and it actually takes years for you to build. It's been like 10 years and I'm still not where I want to be. And that's not giving people no hope, but you need to have a purpose when you're opening a business. You need to have passion, and the money comes. The money will come later after that.
Yeah.
So my advice would be resilient when things happen. If you really are passionate about it, just keep going. Keep going, because things, I believe in manifestation. I believe if you keep chipping away every day at it, eventually you'll get to where you
It's
want
going
to
to happen.
be. But then when you get to that goal, you'll have bigger goals. You have to, it's a lifelong journey. It's like a fitness
Mm.
goal. You can't just eat good, exercise, get to 5 kilo loss, and then just stay there. Then you're going to be like, oh, this is my new goal. Now I want to do this. So same
Yeah.
with business, exactly the
You
same.
just have to keep going through it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Interesting. Well, so now going back on what you were talking about with your career, you've felt like the fitness industry and being in that industry was no longer your purpose, right? So give us a little bit of a breakdown in terms of what it is that your company is going to be doing now and what you think your purpose is now.
Absolutely. I love the social media world. I've always been into social media. I love creating content. Like, even for my nutrition and fitness business, I'm in the kitchen cooking food, and I love doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
when people tell me about their business and how like the little small wins with it, it honestly fuels me. Like, I just get so happy. One of my clients today, with my content business, was telling me, just she hasn't even launched yet, just a small win, and it honestly makes me feel so excited. But she doesn't know much about social media and how to grow on that side of things, or even creating content. So I feel like that's something that I love to educate people on. And a lot of people say, oh, I want to inspire. I really want to just educate people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's people out there that have so much potential within their business, but they just don't know where to start. And social media, it's a massive marketing tool, and a lot of people don't know how to use it, and then
Mm-hmm.
up on their business because they sit there and they're like, well, why am I getting customers? But they're doing none of this marketing to go into it. So I believe personally, marketing is the number one thing to get your business out there,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's
Absolutely.
outreach or going online or whatever it may be. So educating people on that. I've learned a lot myself over the years. So to be able to give that to other business owners honestly
Mm-hmm.
makes me so happy. So yeah, I feel like that's.
Do you have sort of like a niche market of clients that you work with, or is it just small businesses and everybody in between?
I definitely, because I know like the fitness, wellness kind of lifestyle industry the best,
Mm-hmm.
I will mainly be working with that side of niches. But
Mm-hmm.
for example, I just signed a go-karting place. So
Yeah.
like I'm not going to say no to it to help them out.
Yep.
Um, but majority of my clients are going to be within like the lifestyle, fitness, wellness. Or,
Space.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. Amazing. Oh my god, hang on. I've got a cramp. Oh, my back is killing me. I injured it yesterday really badly at the gym.
How?
Just doing the hack squat went too heavy too quickly, and yeah.
Oh, girl, you need to put some ice on there.
No, it's I need to go and get a scan done.
Oh, it's that bad.
Yeah, either tomorrow or Thursday.
Oh, girl, that's
Yeah,
not
it's
good.
not good.
It's not good at all.
No, ma'am. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, in terms of your personality and your character as a person now, can we maybe go back into sort of like your earlier years in terms of like, were there any stories or anything that sort of comes to mind in terms of like pointing you in the direction of where you wanted to go in life?
Yeah.
And just any other sort of background things that we could discuss and talk about that would give us a little bit more of context of how you have gotten to where you are today.
Absolutely. Now, when we say this question, I don't know. Are you going to edit this or
Yeah.
like? Do you want me to talk about things that are like trauma wise? Like, is that what we're getting at?
If that's if you're comfortable if you're comfortable talking about that, absolutely. Because I find that the more people sort of understand another person's psyche in terms of things that they've gone through, events that have sort of shaped them into who they are today, we understand that person a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. Now there is we can cut this bit out, and I don't know if you want me to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Recently in Bali, I don't know if you want me to announce this. I don't even know myself if I want to, but recently in Bali, I came back because I was sexually assaulted. But
Fuck.
I haven't really announced it. I'm okay, but like I feel like for other women who have gone through it, it is something that's really hard to deal with, but
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do about it, and there's probably other women in that position. Is that something you would want me to talk about on here or not really?
If you're comfortable talking about it, we can definitely have a conversation about that because it's one of those issues where when it's not spoken about and it's sort of continued to be swept under the rug,
Yeah.
it continues to be a taboo topic. And, you and other women who have gone through a similar situation should never feel ashamed, should never feel like it was their fault or your fault for that happening to you. And I think it's important if we do have a conversation around that and, potentially someone listening to our episode might find a little bit of solace in hearing your story. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm happy to talk. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about that.
Okay.
You can. What question did you ask me? Sorry.
So other sort of significant events and things that have happened to you that have definitely shaped you into who you are.
Yeah. Okay. So as I said before, like childhood trauma, I guess. My father growing up, and I don't really want to give him a spotlight anywhere or put my energy into it, but it's a big part of who I am today is from that side of things. And like I said earlier, a lot of how I am is because when I grew up, women around me were amazing, but my father wasn't. So
Yep.
I have grown up with the most strongest mother. And why I have such a strong headspace is because of things I went through when I was younger and recently, which we'll get into as well. So, yeah, like I guess growing up, I was called like fat by my dad and body shaming and all that kind of stuff. So growing up, I was a little bit self-conscious within myself. I was actually on the skinnier side, to be honest with you. That's my body shape. So when I
Mm-hmm.
became like a 16-year-old girl, I would look at myself and I had no boobs or no butt and I would be really, really thin. But then I had my father calling me that when I was younger. So as a small girl, it's
That
really
really has an impact.
yes, yes.
Absolutely.
So that's why like health and fitness to me now is just such a massive part of who I am because it makes me feel so confident within myself when I'm putting that work into myself. So when I see clients in front of me and they're like, well, when I used to see clients in front of me and they like didn't want to look after their health, I never understood because of what I went through and how it makes me feel now. I just know how powerful it can be.
Absolutely.
So that's like one event, and it's probably the majority of the event. Leading into that, then every relationship I've had since then, I found it really, really hard, and I thrive the most when I'm in my career. So when I'm in a relationship, still to this day, and I'm nearly 30, I'm much better, but I'm still learning how to be happy.
Navigate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why I am so career driven, and that's like my safe space is when I'm working on myself and working in making money for myself in my future, because I've had such bad experiences when it comes to males and being in a relationship. But then I remember that I have my pop and my stepdad who are amazing father figures. So then I always remember there is people out there that, you know, are
Are
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't say all men are bad and fuck all men. I don't, I'm never going to be in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, from what your question is, it's definitely that trauma who has shaped me, who I am today.
Hmm.
That's that. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I find that a lot of there are plenty of women out there who have had a similar experience to you, who haven't been fortunate enough to have an incredible father figure. Like, I can't talk, my dad's a fucking amazing. Like, he's such a great dad, such a great role model. Um, a bit of a hothead Greek man, but that's fine. Um,
Such a
and yeah, he's good. um, and it's really hard listening to stories like yours where fathers aren't the men that they should be to their daughters, especially to their daughters. Like, I know obviously a father and their son have a different type of relationship and bond, but I will never understand how a man could ever be anything but the man that his daughters need him to be.
yeah,
Like, it just makes me so angry, and there's not enough dialogue around the men from our parents' generations taking accountability for how their actions and their words fuck up their kids.
yeah, absolutely.
And it's so often swept under the rug as, oh, it's just their generation, oh, it's just how they are. Fuck no, it's not.
Yeah,
It's bullying, it's harassment, and it's being the worst kind of parent to your kid ever, and not taking accountability as an adult.
exactly. And I like I said, like being 29 years old and still holding on. Well, not holding on. I've done a lot of inner work, especially this year when it comes to, that side of things. And I feel like I've grown a lot, but it took me 28 years. Like, well, I was 28 last year. And
Mm-hmm.
like I was just so fortunate to have like my mother who was the most loving. So she showed me love, and my family showed me love, and my stepdad came in and he showed me what a loving father should be like. So I am very fortunate in that regard. Like a lot of people who do have the same story as me doesn't have that backup. Like they might have a shitty mum and dad and don't have the support. And if I feel like this, my heart just goes out to those who don't have that support system behind them when they go through that. Because yeah, as a little girl, I found it really, really hard, especially when my stepdad entered our life. He was amazing, but I struggled a lot with it. But yeah, I'm definitely fortunate in that regard. So you got to look at the positives, right?
Absolutely. Definitely. Definitely, my love. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that that was your experience growing up, and I'm sorry that he had such a negative impact on you. And you are such an incredible woman. You are so inspiring, and your family, the ones that love you and take care of you and support you, are so incredible for what they do for you.
They are. They really are. Like even my nan and pop, they're like the
Yeah.
queen and king that lead our family. And I do feel like they raised their, like my auntie and my mum, to be the most amazing people, and then it just goes down the line, doesn't it? So yeah,
Absolutely.
done well.
Definitely. Oh my darling. Well, if you want to get into speaking about what happened more recently in Bali,
Mhm.
um, it is completely up to you, or we can just sort of veer off that topic.
No, I'm happy to talk about it, because I feel like, I mean, it was so short ago. It was this year, like only like 3 months ago. But I feel like
Hmm.
from the inner work that I've done, I feel like I've kind of, I'll get into it, to just kind of my headspace around it for other women. But
Yep.
basically in Bali, I was sexually assaulted by a man. And it is a reason why I'm back here in Australia now. And it's something that I haven't told a lot of people or even mentioned online. So this is like really big for me. But also, I believe in educating and helping people. And if this is going to help somebody, I have an amazing, like I said, this whole podcast, amazing support system behind me when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even when I do like have told people when I've come home, no one's really brought it up again. And I really struggled with that because I did push it down a lot with what happened to me. But it ruined my plans. I was supposed to go live over there, and my whole, like I went through a breakup at the start of the year, and then I went over there to get away from here because I really struggled with my mental health. And I was over there, I had my whole life planned, and then that happened to me. So unfortunately I had to come back. And the good side, I got to see my family, but it's not for good reasons as to why I
Yep.
came back. And I felt like I kind of said it. Everyone kind of was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I kind of was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I just promised myself I didn't want another man to ruin my life. He's already done that to me where I can't be there. So I wanted to come home and not allow that to like
Control you.
whatever he wants. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. Like I'm stronger than that. But like
Yep.
at the same time, like your body has just been absolutely violated from someone that you did not want to touch you. And it's hard because when you're by yourself, you do think about that. And
Mm.
I try to put myself back out there to date again, and I found that really, really, really hard. So just to any women who is listening to this, like I do 100% think that you should go and see a therapist and talk to somebody about it. Talk to your friends and family. Majority of the times, friends and family don't know what to say, what to do.
Yeah.
So just like try and have that mindset of like not allowing that person to, like you said, control your life
Control you anymore. Yep.
because they're probably out there doing it to, either to other women, or they're out there living their life, not even thinking about what happened, while you're here suffering. Like as a woman, for your body to go through that, it is, I can't even explain it. Like you
You feel violated. That's like what you said before. You feel violated. Your rights are taken from you. Like your own rights to consent have been taken from you, and that's such a horrible thing to do to another human being. Like I can never fathom someone doing that to someone else. Like it makes my blood boil. Like it literally, it's to me is one of the worst things that you could do to someone.
yeah, like it's, and you never think that you would ever have to go through that. Like
Yeah.
my whole life growing up, like I'm quite smart in regards to knowing my surroundings. Like I'm not stupid when I went out there. I wasn't just like going out with anybody and doing whatever I wanted. Like I made sure like I wasn't that drunk. Like I knew where I was going. My phone always had my location on it, and I gave it to my family to see where I was. Like I was smart in that regard, but it still happened. And you never think it's going to happen. And when it does, I kind of shut myself off for 24 hours, and I actually didn't tell anybody. And then I kind of went to the gym there, and I kind of was like, did that just happen to me? Like what is going on?
Mm.
And then, I talked to a couple of people, and like my best friend, she was like, Jess, are you okay? Like, and I was like, yeah, like I'm like, at the time I was so delusional.
Yeah.
Not, is that the word, delusional?
Yeah, a little bit, because you didn't let the reality of what happened to you really set in. You were keeping up this sort of like barrier to protect yourself.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I kind of was like, okay. And then after 24 hours, then you kind of just like process it. Then another day went past, and I was like, I really need to go home, and I need to be with my family, and I need to go and see a doctor, and I need to make sure my health is okay, because my health is number one. Like, don't
Yeah.
care. So I actually had to cancel the rest of my trip. I was going to go do a fight camp in Thailand for
Yeah.
6 weeks and learn how to fight before that. I actually had to cancel that, and I'm going to go next year now. So
Hmm.
it's still going to happen for me, but it's just delayed because of this one thing, which fucking sucks. But, so
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry that you went through that. I'm sorry that you were subjected to that, and that person gets what's coming to them in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I believe in karma. I believe that the shit that we do, that we put out into the universe, will come back to us in some way. So I really hope he gets what he fucking deserves.
You know what, I do too, and I just hope that he's just not doing it to other women. That's what I hope, because I wouldn't want anyone to go through that. But I'm only mentioning this because I hope that it helps women to say, like, I have a supportive system, but there is times where I feel so alone with it, and it's really
Yep.
hard. But then I sit back and think of other women who have been through it, but they don't have the support system. Like, you kind of then understand when you go through something like this why there's a rise in depression, anxiety, and suicide.
Yep.
Because I do have such a good support network, but the way I have felt because of it, it's just, yeah, you start to understand, you start to think. So if this can help any women, like I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah, and that anyone who has been through something similar, that you are not alone, that you have support out there, even if it's not with immediate family or friends. There are resources, there are people online that you can speak to, because it is such a prevalent issue in our society. And it honestly breaks my heart that this is the reality of so many women across not only Australia, but the world. And yeah, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you just are proof of that, because you're thriving. And even if it meant that you had to pivot your businesses, you had to pivot your plan in terms of what you were doing, you always continue to thrive. And that is something I really, really admire about you. And I'm so sorry that that happened to you.
Oh, thanks, Guy. I really appreciate it.
Mm. It just, yeah, it just makes me really mad.
If you cry,
I feel like I'm going to cry for you.
really promised myself I wouldn't shed a tear on here
Oh,
today.
God.
We're not gonna cry, Jess. He doesn't.
No,
It's fine. We're all
no, he does not. He does not. He's a pile of shit that stuck to the bottom of my shoe. That's it.
same, sis, same.
Okay, well, let's sort of redirect the rest of our conversation. And I want to go with something a little bit more lighthearted and something a little bit more fun to talk about. So what are some of the small things that you enjoy in life? Like, what are your little moments in life that you're just like, oh, I just love this so much?
Oh, girl, I love a sunrise and sunset. I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I will get up at 4:03. I don't care what time I have to get up to watch that sunset. I will do it. I will drive to Bondi Beach. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm actually doing
Mm-hmm.
it for my 30th birthday. They asked if I wanted to
Nice.
go, and I said no. I want to go watch the sunrise. That's what I want to go to.
Absolutely.
Having a coffee in the morning and just sitting there and
Oh,
watching the sunrise. Like, even on my way to work, I will be driving in my car and I might be going to a client's house. If I see the sunrise, I just stop and I
yeah,
just,
I'm like, it's going to be a good day.
yeah, I get really, I don't care what's going on. I just get so happy. And then, like, a sunset is just the same. Like, in Bali, every night I want to go to
Oh,
a sunset. And
it's
just,
so beautiful.
it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like, sitting there and just watching the sunset on my own, it really made me, I've never felt more at peace with myself. Like,
Mm.
crazy. So they're a couple things right there.
The sunrise for me, absolutely, as well. Like, so my partner and I went to New Zealand in August
Oh,
with one of our other friends, and watching the sunrise every morning over the mountains. Oh my God. It was just magical. We would have our coffee in bed, open up the blinds, and just watch the sunrise over the mountains. And it was just magic. And I said to her, I was like, do we have to leave? Like, can we just stay here forever, please?
like, it's just like the little things like that. Like, I don't care about
Mm.
anything else, but watching a sunrise, like, that's the most perfect day to me. Watching
Yeah,
a sunrise, get a coffee, and just, that's it. That's all I need.
100%. What are some other little things that bring you joy in life?
Home cooking. I love a good homemade meal.
Mm-hmm.
Love my cooking, so that brings me a lot of joy. At the end of a long day, I am not one to go get takeout. I will come home, I will cook a nice piece of fish with some salad and sit at the table with my family, talk about the good things that happened in our day, and
Mm-hmm.
that honestly makes my life, like, just wholesome things like that. Family
Mm-hmm.
time, you know, going to the gym, obviously, like, working out is great.
That's a given.
I feel like that's a boring thing. Everyone would say that,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that they're my little joys. They're my little joys.
I do love when I go for a walk outside. I love patting and saying hi to other people's dogs.
Right?
Like, and whenever I go on holidays, if there are dogs when I'm out somewhere, I have to pat them. I have to say hi. Like, I just need to, like, especially everywhere that I've been to this year, like Japan, New Zealand, I just have to see all the animals. And then Bali last year and Thailand, like, animals. I just need to say hi all the time.
The animals in Bali, and then but you got to be careful because there was a big rabies thing going around when I was there.
Oh my
So I
God.
actually brought dog treats, and, like, you had to be really careful, as you would know, to pat the dogs in case they
Yeah.
bit you. And some
Mm-hmm.
people were standoffish, but I had to buy treats and just go feed them all because I was like, I just want to love you so much.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Bless their little souls. But yeah, that's probably another one. But I hate when you ask someone and then they kind of snob you off and you're not allowed to pat their dog. I get really upset about that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
But it wants love.
Yeah, he's wagging his tail at me. What do you mean?
What else? What are more happy moments?
Well, you said the big ones for me as well, like a sunrise or a sunset. A coffee in the morning is just my go-to.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, so now that I've moved into my new home here in Brisbane, my partner has set up a little outdoor seating area for us on the patio. And when it's sunset and the sun's coming down, and because in Queensland here, it's always hot, like even later on in the afternoon.
You're in Queensland.
Yeah, I'm in Brisbane.
Girl, my head is no. How is that going? How was the
It's
move?
good. It was really good. It was really, really good. We could talk more about it after the episode. Yeah, so she set up like a little outdoor patio seating area, and of an evening when the sun is setting, she's got little fairy lights that she's hung on top of the little patio roof, and it's just so beautiful just because we've got some really beautiful trees in the backyard and a vine like growing up the balcony poles.
Yeah.
And it's just so peaceful and so calming. And this home is my safe space. I feel so safe and calm and happy here. And it's that is definitely like one of my little moments that just make me
Oh,
so happy.
that makes me so happy for you. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. And yeah, going for a walk. I love going for a walk.
Oh, how
Like
good is it?
whether it's in the morning or later on in the evening when the sun's setting because it's too hot to go in the middle of the day. That's just perfect to me.
Like, do you have headphones on, or do you just listen to like the nature?
I need to have headphones in only because I get a little bit distracted, and I'll either listen to music or whatever book I'm reading currently, I will have the audiobook listening. And so like I'll listen to a few chapters of the audiobook that I've got, and then I'll come home and then I'll go to the chapter that I'm now up to from the audiobook.
Oh, I love that. That's good. That's actually
Yeah. Yeah.
love that.
Well, that audiobook got me through the 11 and a half hour drive from Sydney to Brisbane.
Yeah, but they're good. Oh, I love audiobooks.
Mm.
Like, I'm not a big reader. I'll
Hmm.
read some self-development books, but majority I really absorb when it's on an audiobook. It's great.
Mm.
So
Yeah. I feel like if you have a good imagination as well, it really helps you visualize it when you can hear it.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I do.
Yeah.
But I feel like I have
Absolutely.
ADHD, so when I'm like reading a book, I'm like, let me get on.
I'm normally the same, but I don't know. The last like year or two, I've really gotten back into reading. Thanks to my sister, she's the one who got me back into reading. So thanks, Lena. Hats off.
Oh,
All right. Well, just to round out our episode, one of my favorite questions to end everything with and wrap everything up is if you had one piece of advice that you today could give to 8-year-old you, what would that be?
it would be to, like I said to you before, if I had to tell my 8-year-old self that everything is going to be okay. Like, that's it. I would just tell her it's going to be okay. Because, like I said, my whole childhood growing up, I struggled really bad with my mental health and I thought it was never going to end. So, just everything's going to be okay. If I
Mm-hmm.
could just hug her and tell her that, that's it.
Yeah.
Just know that. So, yeah, nice and short and sweet.
Absolutely. Well, no, that's good though. That's a great piece of advice because it is like, especially even when you're in the thick of it now, you feel like it's not going to have an ending, that you're not gonna be able to get to the end of the tunnel. You always will.
Yeah,
Always will.
absolutely. Every breakup, every heartache, whatever you go through, there's always an ending. Even happy moments, there's always going to be an ending with it. When we watch the sun rise, it's not going to
It's not
continue
gonna
for,
be like that forever.
no, it lasts what, 5 minutes and then it's up and then you enjoy the rest of your day. So you just really like take every situation as like this is just like a moment thing, then
Mm-hmm.
then you can kind of, your mindset just shifts.
Yeah.
So that's why I always enjoy the happy moments, and with all the bad moments you sit there and you just think it's going to pass, and eventually it passes and you're fine. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So what? Okay, this is not one question that I've written down, but I'm just sort of like thinking about it a little bit more, and it's something I want to ask you. If you were to sort of picture what the next 5 to 10 years is going to look like for you in terms of what you want to achieve and things that you're planning out for yourself, what does that look like for you?
I didn't think I was going to ever be like this, to be honest, but I believe in traveling when you're young, and I'm single. I have
Mm,
commitments, so in the next like 5 years, I next year I have a lot of travel plans, so much traveling, because I feel like it's really important to go and see the world. Plus, going to Bali and living there, it really made this other side of me come up, like a more peaceful side. Like before I left, I was I was quite an angry person. Like a lot of people know me as a humbled, nice, human being, but I did have a lot of anger in me, and going there really opened a different side. So more traveling for sure. And when I say traveling, solo traveling, so even if I was to meet a partner, I don't like they're not coming with me. I want to go
Yep.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to happen. But then career wise, I really, really, really want to grow this social media and content business, and I eventually want to open my own big, massive, beautiful content studio. So would love to do that, and then definitely buy my own house.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's like my 5-year plan.
That's amazing. I think
And
that's a very good 5-year plan.
but then also like more, like I guess a spiritual kind of side, and not so like that. Travel, house, business is always going to be people's plans, but I really am loving like how peaceful my life is becoming and how my mindset is shifting. So in 5 years time, I feel like everyone tries to chase happiness all the time. If they're not happy, they don't think that it's real, and they cause all this drama because they it's like
Want to
our
self-sabotage.
humans think that there always has to be something wrong. I just want to get to a
Mm.
point in life where my life is so peaceful and I'm just so unbothered. And like I'm okay by myself now, but just like in 5 years time, I would love just to wake up and just peace. That's what I
Yep.
want. So
Just calm and
yeah,
just contentment.
yeah, I love that. So my life hasn't been like that. So to have that, that is like my plan. Hopefully for the next year.
And also hats off to you because you're someone who will do that.
Oh, absolutely.
You everything that you put out into the universe, everything that you say you are going to do, you always do it.
Absolutely, girl.
And I take my hat off to you, like I said to you earlier in the episode. You are a fucking powerhouse, and I look up to you for so many reasons, and I'm blessed to know you. And yeah, I know that no matter what it is that you say you're going to set your mind to doing, it is always going to happen for you because you fucking make it work,
Oh,
no
absolutely.
matter what.
I will make sure it works. If I want something, I can't. Like I just can't stop until I get there. You know.
Mm.
So the same with you, girl. You have so much going on in your life. Like
I feel like I could be doing more, but that's
oh,
okay.
what? You just moved. You picked up your whole life,
I know.
and you're
I
still
know.
podcast and everything. Like I'm so proud of you. We've both come so far. Like
We have.
you've really grown. We're
Absolutely.
grown ass women now. So because you're
Fuck
30,
yeah. I'm 31 now.
you're 31.
I'm
I thought
31.
you were 30.
No, I turned 30 last year.
Oh, 31, girl. How does it feel?
Yep.
Feel good?
I feel like my life started when I turned 30.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to happen for me.
Like, I just feel like up until this point, I was just sort of floating
Yep.
a little bit and was living a life for other people and for someone else.
Yep.
And I had to really figure out what I wanted for my life and really get to know me on a more personal level. I traveled to Bali by myself last year.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. Yep.
for how long?
Hang on. No. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm getting my timelines mixed up. So it was October last year.
Did you
Yeah.
post about it?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. So I went to Thailand first cuz my uncle got married, and then I booked a little solo 10 days in Bali by myself.
How good is it? It's like your soul just like
Yeah.
rejuvenates when you're over there. It's fucking great. Like,
And for the longest time, I never thought I would be someone who was capable of traveling by myself. I was always told that I was too scared. I was too, I don't know, naive to ever go and travel by myself. But I did it
you're like,
completely alone.
"Ooh."
Literally, I was like, I'm doing this. It's going to happen. And I made it happen. That was it.
How good is solo traveling though? Like, I think everyone
Mm,
should experience that.
100%.
Even if it is like 10 days, 2 weeks, like go on little trips. If it's not to Bali, if you live in Sydney, go to Perth for a weekend. Like just
Hmm.
little solo trips, and eventually work your way up to like a big trip like that. Changes your life. It
Because
honestly changes yourself.
you learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about your ability to do things,
Mm-hmm.
to coordinate things, to figure things out, to problem solve. And you have to learn how to trust yourself.
And you're by yourself,
And
so you got to sit with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to sit there and you're by yourself. So you've got to learn who you are because
Yep.
you have no one to talk to over there. So
Exactly.
amazing.
Yep. So good. Oh, my love. Thank you so much again for saying yes to being on the show. Honestly, I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. You came on my show so many times, so of course I'm going to.
Yes, I did. Well, thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to suggest anybody else to be on the show, you can leave it in the comments below, or you can send us a DM on our podcast page. And we will catch you next time. Bye, guys.